everyone, today we're going to explore the upcoming Bukit Merah BTO sites that is launching in the May exercise. HDB is releasing not one, but 2 plots for this area. I'm super excited because both of these sites are near 2 MRT stations. So if you're interested, continue to watch.
Next station.
So just a TLDR of this May exercise, there's a total of 6 projects spread across 5 locations. These include 1 in Queenstown, 1 in Toa Payoh, 1 in Jurong West, 1 in Yishun, and 2 in Bukit Merah, which is what we are covering today. There's a total of 5,330 units spread across 6 projects, which means there are more units here up for grabs as compared to the February exercise, which only has 3,953 units. We've recently reviewed the Queenstown BTO site, so if you haven't watched that video, you can click on the link here. Okay, let's dive into the BTO insights and explore what's around. This project is situated in a mature estate with easy connectivity to the city centre. There are 2 plots, one along Alexandra View and another along Henderson Road. But if you're unfamiliar with road names, let's just use MRT stations as a marker. So the Alexandra View plot is actually right next to Redhill MRT station, and the Henderson plot is near Tiong Bahru MRT station. In total, both sites offer 2,440 units, which makes up nearly half of the total number of units in this May exercise. Apart from the large volume of units, we foresee that the Bukit Merah projects will be the most sought after, especially because it's near 2 different MRT stations. For the previous Bukit Merah launch in May for Teluk Blangah Beacon, it drew in an overall application rate of 49.6 for 4-room flats. So if you plan to ballot here, do be prepared for stiff competition. Okay, so that's all for the BTO overview. Let's deep dive a little more. Starting with a smaller plot along Alexandra View, which is right next to Redhill MRT station. It takes literally less than 5 minutes walk from the site to the MRT station. Situated right beside the Artra condo, which is a fairly new development that TOP'd in 2021. The Alexandra View plot has a total of 780 units, 38 of which are reserved for 2-room rental flats. So it makes up around 4.8% of the entire development that's reserved for rental flats. The majorities are still 3 to 4-room flat types. As for the views, the high floors of the south-facing stack will get a somewhat unblocked view of the vicinity as most of the buildings there are low-rise. But do take note that this is also where the MRT tracks are, so do be prepared for a lot of noise. But another alternative is to go for the east-facing stack, as you'll be facing the Delta Swimming Complex, which is currently under construction right now. But it'll potentially be a low-rise building, so your view won't be blocked as much. As for the plot along Henderson Road, it is a bigger cluster of 1,660 units, which is also the biggest project amongst all the 6 sites in this launch. It is an 8 minutes walking distance to Tiong Bahru MRT station and Tiong Bahru Plaza. Similar to the smaller site, it offers 3-room and 4-room unit types only. So if you're a larger family or you want additional space for your home, then go for the Yishun or Jurong West BTO projects, as they offer the 5-room unit types. So stay tuned for that. The Henderson plot is located right beside Tiong Bahru Park, which means the chances of you getting an unblocked view is pretty high. While we're unsure of the stack placements, but based on the map, the northern stack will be facing the Tiong Bahru Park, which means that you get an unblocked view. As for the western stack, you'll be facing CityVue at Henderson, which means your view will be blocked. Time to talk about money. Based on the previous exercises, we are guessing that the Bukit Merah BTOs will fall under the Prime Location Public Housing Scheme, also known as the PLH restriction. Just an example from the Kallang Whampoa site, also known as King George's Heights, it was announced last February that it falls under the PLH restriction. So it won't be a surprise if both of these Bukit Merah sites would be caught up in this model as well. As for the SRX pricing forecast based on nearby resale transactions and launch prices, the estimated price for a 3-room unit goes from 390 to 510k. As for the 4-room unit, it goes from 550 to 700k. While the prices are on the higher side, there's great potential for price appreciation due to future major developments such as the upcoming Havelock MRT station, the redevelopment of Singapore General Hospital, and the Greater Southern Waterfront, which will boast more lifestyle attractions. Looking at historical price trends, there's an overall increase of 19.76% over the past 10 years for 3 and 4 room unit types in the area. With all these new upcoming developments, we won't be surprised if the price appreciation is higher than the projected number. After all, Bukit Merah Estate has recorded several million-dollar flats in the past. So if you're interested, we have included a more detailed breakdown in the description box below. Did you know that these are the first BTO projects in Tiong Bahru? Previously, it was all launched at the Telok Blangah area. But up until this launch, the newer flats were mostly part of the SERS replacement projects, which is also known as the Selective En Bloc Redevelopment Scheme. One example is the CityVue at Henderson, which is currently where I'm at right now. It is located just opposite the Henderson Road plot. There's one interesting thing here that I would like to highlight. The Alexandra View plot is actually just a 3 minutes walk away from this Brownfield site, which is currently occupied by a Singpost outlet. Just last December, it was announced that it's going to be redeveloped for future public housing. So if you miss out on this maze BTO exercise, there's potentially going to be another one in the area that you can look out for. Okay, let's go and explore what's nearby. The two BTO sites are within close walking distance to Redhill and Tiong Bahru MRT station, which are both on the east-west line. But of course, if you want me to rate which one is the more convenient choice, then the Alexandra View plot is the clear winner. Nevertheless, both plots have their own pros, so it really depends on what you are looking for when buying a home. Staying near the longest train line in Singapore, the east-west line measures 57 kilometers from Tuas Link all the way to Pasir Ris. This means that you will have seamless connectivity to the CBD area via Raffles Place and City Hall, which are just 3 to 4 stops away. You can also access the north-south line via these interchanges. Depending on which station you start your journey on, you are just 1 to 2 stops away from the upcoming Thomson East Coast line and the North-East line via Outram Park. You're also 3 to 4 stops away to the Circle line via Buona Vista. How convenient, right? With how strategically the BTOs are located, you won't even see the need to drive. But for drivers, it's even more convenient as the Central Expressway is just a short drive away. For starters, it is only an 8 minutes drive to the Orchard shopping belt and 10 minutes to Raffles Place from both sides. So those who frequent the town area or work in the CBD, this BTO will be very suitable for you. Those at the Henderson plot will take roughly around an 8 minutes walk to get to Tiong Bahru Plaza, which is the nearest mall to both the sites. The mall actually underwent a huge revamp to change up the exterior and retail space back in 2015. It then reopened in 2016. There's a supermarket, a Daiso, Decathlon, a gym, a cinema, and loads of dining and shopping options. If you want to venture a little further, there's Valley Point and Great Wall City, which are around a 10 to 15 minutes bus ride from both BTOs. For those in the Alexandra View plot, Tiong Bahru Plaza is an 18 minutes walk away, which is not too favourable, especially if you're lugging groceries under the hot sun. So don't worry, the nearest supermarket is just 1 minute away, as Fair Price Finance is located at the neighbouring Artra condo development, which is where we're currently at right now. It is connected to Redhill MRT station, and there's other shops at level 1 as well, such as Ya Kun, Subway, a bar, a pharmacy, and many others. And if Fair Price is not enough, then there's the giant supermarket at Redhill Close. It is located right smack in the middle of these two BTO sites. It takes roughly around a 9 minutes walk from the Henderson plot and a 5 minutes walk from the Alexandra View plot. If you're one of those seniors who enjoy traditional wet market shopping, then both of these plots have their own wet market and food centre just right across the road. We're currently here at the Redhill Market and Food Centre, which is near the giant supermarket. It takes about 5 minutes walk from the Alexandra View plot. If you take a look on my right, this is where the wet market area is. And on my left, you can find the hawker centre where you can find all your local delight. There's a total of 96 food stalls, so you are pretty much well covered here. Whereas residents of the Henderson plot will only need to take a 2 minutes walk to the Bukit Merah View Market and Food Centre. There's a total of 84 food stalls and 167 market stalls available. There's also the BTO Crescent Market and Food Centre, which is a 10 minutes walk away. Not to forget, there's the Tiong Bahru Market and Food Centre, which is a bus ride away. I'm salivating just thinking about all the food options that you guys are going to enjoy. For recreational facilities, the Alexandra View plot is right next to the Delta Swimming Complex and a further 6 minutes walk to the Delta Sports Hall. But do take note that both of these establishments are currently undergoing renovation works. The swimming complex is also a mere 5 minutes walk from the Henderson plot, so if you manage to snag a unit in any of these BTO sites, you'll pretty much feel as though you are staying in a condo with all these conveniences at your doorstep. Let's not forget, Tiong Bahru is known to be a hipster cafe enclave, so if you manage to snag a unit here, you'll be spoiled for choice for all your Sunday brunches. There's the Tiong Bahru Bakery, of course, plain vanilla, 40 Hands, and many others as well. So if you're a foodie, then this Bukit Merah launch is for you. One thing that really caught my attention here is the Sprouts Hub at City Sprouts. This is a self-contained community garden, urban farm, and a social hub that opened in early 2020. As I'm walking up to the main building right now, I can spot multiple rows and rows of greenhouses, which are actually allotment gardens. This is part of the community initiative by the GRCs. Nestled within the premises, there's this spacious hipster-style canteen with 7 stalls and plenty of seating areas. Here is a great place for you to have your meals, chill, and even do your work. But don't you think that it's somehow nostalgic just being here? This entire area was actually repurposed from a school compound, so we are actually standing at the former Henderson Secondary School. There's also a communal open wardrobe thrift store and occasional farmers markets, so it's a great place to explore and it doesn't feel like Singapore at all. Now that we've covered all the food options and had a very hearty lunch, let's take a walk and exercise off those calories. Let's go! Near the Henderson plot, here we are at Tiong Bahru Park. It is an urban park with a dog run, so you can actually bring your pets here for a walk. There's also this train-shaped playground. I know we featured a lot of wacky playgrounds on our videos, but this is a huge tilting train playground on a sandpit. So if you can't bring your kids to the beach, this might be your next best alternative. But for older kids, this is also a great spot for you to take your IG photos and even make TikToks. Nature-wise, you are in close proximity to Alexandra and Henderson Park connectors, which will lead you to Telok Blangah Hill Park and Mount Faber. We actually covered this in our previous video, so you can actually check it out here. You can also have access to the rail corridor, which stretches from Kranji all the way to Outram Park. As for healthcare facilities, SGH and Alexandra Hospital are less than 10 minutes drive away from both sites. Knowing that there is an option of being near the hospital is good. But for mild cases where you don't feel the need to travel all the way there, the Bukit Merah Polyclinic is also around a 15 minutes bus ride away. Or if not, there are family clinics and dental clinics available within 5 minutes walk from the Alexandra View site and 8 minutes walk from the Henderson Road site. Moving on to schools, the Bukit Merah BTOs are pretty ideal for families with kids as there are various childcare centres and schools within the vicinity. Starting from preschools, within a 15 minutes walking distance, there's the Cambridge Preschool at Artra Condo, Alora Childcare at Lane Key CC, PCF Sparkle Tots at Redhill Close, and more. For primary schools within 1 kilometres, there's Alexandra Primary and Gan Eng Seng School just right behind me. There's also Chang De Primary, which is within 1 kilometres of the Henderson Road plot, though it's slightly outside the 1 kilometres radius of the Alexandra View BTO. So if you plan to enroll your child there in the future, do take note of this restriction and choose your plots wisely. So we have come to the end of our little tour around the Bukit Merah BTOs. The convenience here is a huge selling point and I'm pretty much convinced. But considering its close proximity to the city centre, we suspect that this might fall under the PLH model, especially from what we observed so far. So if you plan to ballot for any of these projects, do be prepared because these flats will come with a 10-year MOP period and a subsidy clawback. Alright guys, so that's it for today's video. Hope this has been very insightful for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and I'll see you next week. Bye!